Time-saving tips and tricks, another installation, a quick tutorial here on using multiple browsers. Level is beginner, duration size is small, and we're going to talk about why anyone would bother to have more than just Internet Explorer. Hey, it works. Why should I have more than that in there? And which additional browsers are actually worth getting. I'd like to send this video to the guys who manage our labs where there's only Internet Explorer, but whatever. And then tips from the pros. Everything works in Firefox. I mean, obviously not everything works in every browser, but for the most part, I've found that when something doesn't work in Explorer, I go into Firefox and it works fine. And my first example is going to be exactly that. Now, why is this such a big deal for online learning? Well, I'm actually surprised with myself that I didn't make this one of the very first videos in this course in our technology lab, because online learning incorporates a variety of different technologies, many of which operate via the World Wide Web, from plugins and different types of technology that make them work, right? And I can't tell you how many times I've gone into Explorer and something just doesn't work. It's weird. And with testing software that's set up only to work in Explorer, we've had issues because of that as well. And now they're finally changing that so it works in multiple browsers. So I'm in FOL here in Internet Explorer, and I'm in my Dropbox, okay? I am in, I'm glad I've been doing my grading, otherwise that would look pretty bad, wouldn't it? I am in Firefox, and I'm in the same exact Dropbox. You guys probably already know what I'm going to show you. This one really drove me nuts. I really liked when I had a situation where a student got special permission from something and whatever, and I could set up a Dropbox with like specific times for each student in there. And it doesn't have to be in a different Dropbox. Like, this could be set up for the entire class, and then you could get each person in the class like a different time if you go to edit folder. Sorry, I should have done that from the last page. Edit folder, and then you go to restrictions. So I'm going to go the same exact place in Firefox and watch, you wait and see the difference. Edit folder, restrictions. Okay, so here we are. I'm only going to allow users with special access, and I'm going to add them in as I see fit and give them special times, different times for each individual user. Over in Explorer, I want to do the same thing. So here I go in Explorer. I'm in Explorer right now. I'm going to try this. Add users to special access. Click. Okay. Now, previous to being able to add 200 on one page, which they finally stuck back in there. Okay, this was like, how do we have it set up? It was something like this. And when you click here, you get an error every single time. Okay. So now I've heard they finally actually fixed this, but we're just going to check and make sure. We're on the second page. We're going to set his times up here, and you can set these to whatever you want, and you go save. Oh, so it's actually working now in Explorer. This is great, but I'm still sticking with this example as my good example. I haven't tried to do this in Explorer forever because it never did work, okay? Whenever I tried to do this in Explorer, I was not able to view all of the students at once. I could only view the first 25, and I couldn't add special access for like weeks, and I always use special access. I couldn't figure it out. And then somebody said, and I should have known this, hey, try it in Firefox, and I did it, and it worked fine, okay? Now they're both working, which is the way it should be anyway, but that's just one example, and there's lots of examples like that, and that's why we should have multiple browsers. I'm also of the opinion that Internet Explorer hogs a lot of resources. I think Firefox and Safari are both faster than them. I think they actually load things faster. One more example, and then I'll show you the browsers I think you should have. So that wasn't like a world-class example there, because it's actually working now. But hey, you know what? Props to our IT people that are working on FOL. They got it working, because it's been a while. I know it still wasn't working like 2 weeks ago. So I have a student rental. Okay, and it's just right across the street from Fanshawe, so it's nice and convenient for me. I'm trying to rent it just for the summer here because I offered it to these guys for 8 months. And point is, this is Kijiji, okay? And this is a site that I use often to get rid of stuff and whatever. You know, there's not much you can do with it in terms of education, but here's why I'm showing you this, okay? Kijiji has what's called a WYSIWYG format, where I made this all green by just taking the paint can and making it green. It's like doing it in Word, right? What you see is what you get, WYSIWYG. But it's very limiting because I often run into a lot of weird characters and spaces that I can't fix because it won't let me edit the HTML. And then one time, I open it up in Safari and look at the difference. Now you might look at that and be like, what the heck is that, Mike? I can't work with that. But I'm a web guy, so I see this and I'm like, oh, sweet, I can change the divisions. I can change the color. And for no reason other than I can figure out then that the Safari just interprets the page. This is the same exact page, okay? Safari interprets it differently than Explorer. Explorer loads up WYSIWYG. Safari loads up HTML. So I can go into Dreamweaver and build whatever I want, copy and paste the code of it, the HTML, and put it in here in Safari, and it works. I was thrilled. And this was all the result of using one different browser. Okay, so there's just one more example of how different browsers can actually make things easier for you. And sometimes you don't even know. If something doesn't work, just try it in another browser. So the ones I would recommend having, I mean, you're going to have Internet Explorer automatically, but the first one I would get is Firefox for sure. These are all free, of course. You just Google download Firefox, you get the latest version. Second one would be this, Safari, okay? And then Google Chrome is also a really good one too. And I just want to show you the icon for that as well. So Google Chrome, all right, is right there. Safari looks like that. It's like a little compass, okay? Firefox looks like that. That's actually a fox around the globe. I don't know if you ever could see that. It's kind of neat. And then I have Explorer. So I've got 4 browsers in here that I run on a regular basis. And they also have browsers that operate remotely off memory sticks and stuff. You know, browsers don't take up much space when you're not running them. To me, you can never have enough browsers because you never know when something's going to work in one and it doesn't work in another. And if you're teaching online and something doesn't work in one browser, you better believe you're going to want to have another browser on your laptop to show them something where it's going to work. Okay, and I run into this in web design a lot too. So just kind of a simple and easy one. I'm not going to go through in this video where to download these. You literally just Google, download Safari, download Chrome, Chrome, download Firefox, okay? And it'll take you to the right links. You're not going to be scooping up a bunch of viruses, all right? So get some extra browsers, guys. It's worth having them. I'll see you in the next video.